Welcome back to Vlogmas Besties. Today we are talking about being thankful for peace. So let's go ahead and get into it. So if you've been keeping up with my shorts, you would have seen that I had the opportunity to go to beautiful Jamaica this year, y'all. I went for my friend's birthday in October. I left on a Thursday from Dallas, arrived on a Friday morning because I had a layover, stayed at the airport. And I got there, y'all. I was like, let's go. What are we doing today? Like, where are we going? So we had the opportunity to go out to eat. We went to Plantation Smokehouse one day. I got to try the meat patties, y'all. I got to just enjoy the island. Did Dolphin Cove. We did the Rainforest Trail, just different things that you don't have access to where you are at home, right? And so I'm out there having a good time, y'all. We're going partying. We having a great time. I'm getting to see different parts of the island that I would not have had access to or felt safe enough traveling to by myself because my friend and her mom, they're from the island. So it took me all over the place, right? So, y'all, I ended up getting laid off. I was there. Like I said, I arrived on Friday. We had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Supposed to come on Tuesday, y'all. Monday. Got an email about my position being eliminated. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all, I'm so silly, but on a very serious note, I had a peace come over me that I would only receive from the good Lord, right? Um, I was like, yeah, whatever it looks like, God has me covered. Um, I've lived through a couple of layoffs, seeing my mom be laid off before, so it's just kind of like I know I can make it, but also I've prayed for God to increase my faith, and you don't know how he's going to increase your faith, y'all. And so for me personally, it was just like, okay, like, what's next? But I was like, I'm supposed to be going home tomorrow. Like, what am I going to do? My friend and her mom were like, extend your trip until whenever we're coming back home. I think that was like 19th, 20th. They weren't coming home until November 2nd, y'all. So lo and behold, I was in Jamaica for almost 4 weeks. But if you look at the timeline, the hurricane also happened while I was in Jamaica. Yep, the following Monday. So we are just having a good time on the island. I'm having the opportunity going to Dunn's River, smaller Dunn's River, trying out different food restaurants. Y'all, KFC is definitely a good bang for your buck while you're there, but just trying different parts of the island, the food, getting to meet new people, getting to hang with my Airbnb host, y'all. When I say she's the best out there, I might not even share her information because, like, yeah, that's a safe haven for me personally. Like, I don't know if I want y'all even staying there because when I go back, I don't need her to be fully booked up. But nonetheless, y'all, we didn't hear anything about a storm coming until like Wednesday, Thursday. At that point, it was already too late. Planes were being grounded, flights were being canceled, and the people I was with were like, "Oh, it's fine. Like, hurricanes come all the time. Like, we'll just, get food, water, drinks, whatever we need, just that way we can sustain throughout the storm." And so I'm like, okay, like these people that I'm with are okay, like, but also I've never been through a hurricane, so I'm having like a slight panic, but also at peace knowing that if I'm supposed to be here, there is still a lesson within the storm. I came here not in any type of storm. I'm in the midst of a storm getting laid off, and we're gonna come out of the storm because it always works out how it's supposed to. So hearing that we are gonna go through a hurricane, I was like, oh God, I'm going through two storms. I'm gonna go through a hurricane, God, and I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. And as somebody that wants to have control, I had to release it. You cannot hold on to things and expect to receive any additional blessings until you release it. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna panic. Like, they're saying it's the most dangerous. The category is the highest category, and then I'm fine. But I began to panic when I started getting the phone calls, family members trying to text me. And I'm like, the people I'm with are not panicking. Like the people that are within Jamaica, the people that I'm seeing, they're not panicking. They're, preparing. But then having my friends say, oh, we're about to go hang out. We're about to go, have a good time, go to a party that we see that's here, and I'm just like, Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. Your girl's gonna stay here, and I'm going to pray for us and ask that God brings us through the storm. I know y'all praying too, but y'all are not worried. And that was just like, I'm praying and I'm ceasing. And I'm also, sinning because how I'm praying on it and I'm still trying to hold on to it. Like it doesn't work that way. So once they came home, everybody was fine. They were like, oh, we had a good night. I'm just like, sad that I didn't go, but also I didn't know what was gonna happen, and I would hate to be caught in the midst of the storm. So let's just stay here and just be safe. But y'all, we were good. The next night we did get to go just kind of out to the city and see some things, and that was like Saturday night, Sunday, right? Boom. The storm happened on Monday, Tuesday, y'all. Now, leading up to the storm, prepared, like I told you guys, we grabbed all of the necessities, food, water. Our Airbnb host, she had rechargeable lights, she had a generator, we had gas stove, y'all. Like we had everything. I'm in the mountains, so a lot of the times they say you need to be upper ground whenever a hurricane hits because the water will go downhill. Unless you're like ground level, and then that's where you may be affected. And so we're like, okay, like we're good, and trying to explain to people like, I'm in the mountains, y'all, I'm doing good, like I'm out here having a good time, da 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 da, and they're just kind of like, the storm is coming, like, are you good for real? And I'm just like, heck yeah. But it was just kind of like all right, family members, y'all are starting to. There was a panic building up inside of me that I had not felt because I had been at peace. I just got laid off. I'm going to extend my trip. um we'll deal with whatever the cards lay once I get back home. That's not something that we are just focusing on right now. But then that panic was like, ooh, okay, well, you're about to go through a storm, and you do have to return. And all those thoughts came rushing. Like it wasn't just one thought, it was multiple thoughts at once, feeling like an attack. And for me personally, I was just like, we have to shut this out and not worry about it, y'all. Before the storm came, we prepared. Our windows were boarded, right? Because we're like, we don't know how hard it's gonna hit, and just let's just be on the safe side, y'all. Now, where I stayed, we were blessed because the only thing that happened were the trees were, they became bare after the storm. We could hear the trees cracking and breaking. And then, the day after the storm, we went outside and we can just see all of the houses, where they were hidden behind trees previously. The storm took those trees out, but we were not affected, and we were blessed enough to have sit through the storm. But y'all, I sat in the room and tried to sleep majority of the day of the storm, and it's like I woke up right before the hurricane hit where we were at, y'all. I was panicked. I was having an internal anxiety attack. I felt boxed in because I'm sitting in a room and I didn't want to be in the living room with everyone because I did not want to allow what I was going through to, then reflect on them, and then they become scared, or, they become anxious. Like, let me just sit in this little room and handle my own anxiety, not knowing that I was driving them with a little bit of anxiety because they came to say, hey, you want to eat? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And if you know me, I love a snack. I love a little snacky snack. Like my childhood name was Snack Cake growing up, y'all, but it's just because that was another reason. But anywho, I love a snack, y'all. So I'm just like, I'm okay. Like, you sure you don't want this? Like, no, because I'm having to sit in the room and pray, and I'm just like, God, whatever the purpose of this storm is, or whatever my purpose is, please reveal it to me. Like, if it is your will and you want me to make it through this and to come out fighting for, whatever is next for me, like, please reveal it to me. And not being able to reach my family, y'all, that right there, it just added that extra layer of anxiety. So I see the messages coming in as the storm allows signals to, pass through. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. Like, I can't. And they're panicking. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, have y'all heard from her? And I'm just like, I'm struggling, y'all. I'm panicking because my family's panicking. I don't have a way to talk to you guys. I don't have a way to tell you guys I'm okay. Like, and me saying I'm okay, but I'm actually over here very anxious because I don't know what's about to happen in the midst of this storm. And so once I calmed down a little bit and finally got a signal, I was like, y'all, just to send a little humor, because I will try to make humor in the midst of darkness, just to lighten up the room, right? I was like, I'm really like Jesus in the bottom of the boat right now, and I'm trying to get some rest, and y'all not letting me sleep. And so I was like, I hope that sent someone a smile, just, so that they can, see that I'm still keeping up my joy, my happiness, my comedian side, so to speak, through the storm. But y'all, I was panicking, but y'all, I knew it was gonna be all right because one, God has us covered, and I had the opportunity to one, not be in a storm when I got there, go through a storm and come out of the storm. And that was just also confirmation for me to know, like, hey, you can still have peace within the storm, but you have to keep going, right? Me losing my job put me in a storm, but I got to watch how a physical storm transpired. I came out of it unharmed. The only thing that was harmed around me were the trees, but that's just life. You know what? No, you don't have a job. You don't have that job security, but there's so many things and opportunities that are opening up for me now that I have the freedom of my time, but also that comes with responsibilities and making sure that I am disciplined. But y'all, your girl's in peace. I was trying to. We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry. I had to catch myself for a minute, y'all. But I'm just grateful that I get to experience this type of peace, y'all. Because going through a layoff where people don't have that opportunity, they have to find security in this market where it's hard to already find another job, y'all. Like, I was blessed to have a village in the midst of a physical storm and have a village back home when I got back home that were they covered me, they cared for me, they prayed for me. I have my 5 a.m. prayer group. I have the people that are at my church that love me, that have covered me in prayer, that have sent me job listings. I have my mom at home, God, big one, not little one, like covering me, y'all, through the midst of all these storms. And his hand is on me and everything that I go through, right? So the peace that I'm experiencing is, whew, I'm sorry, because I did not want to cry. The peace that I'm experiencing is something that we all deserve. Y'all, I took a good chunk of my trip to journal and speak to God and ask Him to reveal what He wants me to do in this next season of my life. And He's telling me to finish different things that I have laid to the wayside, y'all. So whatever you have not finished, y'all, go back and finish it. Find peace in knowing that you can have peace in the midst of your storms. There are people that have you. If you don't have a village, y'all, I'm here for you, bestie. No, I can't control things. No, I can't determine how your outcome is going to be, but I can, I can help you where I can. I can speak life into you. How I've had to do for myself and how I've done for so many others, but that's only because I've allowed God to use me where He can, y'all. And I was so nervous to make this video because I don't want everybody in my business. I was nervous to make this video, y'all, because it's very hard to be very vulnerable, and I didn't want to cry, but I'm just kind of like, it's other people that are out there like me that are impacted by a layoff, that have faced adversity. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what's next. But y'all, the way that God has kept me in this season, what they say is an on-time God. And because I don't want to cry, y'all. Like, I've had enough time crying, but at the same token, like, I'm truly blessed to just be surrounded by people that want to see me win, that will put me in front of the right people so that I can win. And even if you don't have that, like, find community. Maybe I could be your communities, as much as possible. But find community, y'all. Like, sometimes it's hard, but I promise you, there is a community out there for you. But also, find God. Develop your relationship with Him. because he is going to bring the people that I prayed for the past couple years. God has been revealing them to me. He has been bringing them into my life. And I know this is going a whole different direction, but y'all listen, you can find peace in the midst of the storm. Do not stay in the middle of the storm, because when you're in the middle of the storm, if you stay stuck, you can't see the end results of where you could be or where you could go if you just keep pushing. So I hope that brings you some type of clarity. And I'm sorry, y'all, I don't do a lot of talking head videos. We're gonna work on that Vlogmas and vlogging more and just talking to you guys. But I hope you're able to find peace. I hope you're able to find peace. And I'm gonna close off on this note, y'all. I do not remember the verse off the top of my head, but I will put it down below. But I had peace knowing that I was getting laid off, because it tells you in the Bible that God provided for the birds. Why would he not provide for you? So if you feel like you just can't go another day, no, you can. Know that there is so much more for you out there in the world. You can't see it right now. When you are down in the thick of it, you can't see what is next. But know that God has you covered. Know that he will do what he said he was going to do. You just have to keep moving, right? And know that you are covered. But if you need anything, besties, just comment down below. If you need a little bit of encouragement, let me know. But know that you got this. We got this. And no matter what storms may come our way, we can make it through it if we do not get stuck. So I'll see you guys later for another Vlogmas. But until then, love ya.